Hey guys, my name is Serena Chaos, and welcome to another installment of the Wishful Thinking podcast. Today, I want to talk about what no one talks about after graduation. Everyone posts the pictures from graduation day with the stupid looking hat and the gown. Everyone's smiling on their own or with their family or friends, and how everyone is so proud and how everyone congratulates you. But I suppose I fell in that trap too, where I also uploaded the pictures, and the actual graduation day itself was fun. But I don't think anyone speaks about the fear, the absolute fear and uncertainty that comes after graduation. You're smiling with your gown, everyone's congratulating you, saying you must be so proud, you did so well. But you've tried hard for 3 years to achieve something, and you achieved that thing. And all you have to show for it is a piece of paper, which I don't even have that yet. All I did was shake someone's hand. And the worst part that no one speaks about is afterwards, when everyone says to you, "Oh my god, congratulations, you must be so proud. What's next? What's next? What's next?" And I can honestly, those 2 words, I can honestly see it as a horror movie poster in my brain. What's next? What's your plans next? So what's your plans? No one speaks about that. No one even when I've spoken to my friends, I've asked them the same thing of like, "Oh, what do you think you're gonna do next?" Just mainly so I can just get ideas, because I'm gonna be so real. I have no clue at all what's next. Some people don't even like their degree that they studied 3 years and put their hearts and soul in for 3 years for. It feels like walking through a huge, massive mansion in pitch black, and you don't know what you're going to face. When you turn a corner, when you walk into a room, put the light on, you do not know what's going to be in that room. It might be the most terrifying monster that you've ever seen in your entire life, or it might be a paradise somehow. Or it might be just in the middle, just a little cozy room with a fireplace and a couch. But that's the thing. Everyone, it's such a huge achievement, graduating, because let's be real, uni is hard. In any sense of the word, it's hard. Even like the personal life of uni, which I did end up really loving the freedom of, and like being able to approach deadlines in my own time. It's hard when you have to face it like all by yourself in a city you're not used to and people you've never met. And I like really pushed myself, and I've done things and achieved things that, like, if you asked me when I was 23, I would be shocked that I did those things. And I feel much more confident and an absolute different person now. But that doesn't mean I'm not terrified. But my sister said something, and she said, "You can't be brave without being scared. You can't be brave without fear." And she's absolutely right. And also, what's hard is when people do say to me, "What's next?" I have so many ideas. It's like, do you know people say, "Oh, there's a fork in the road. There's 2 paths that I could take." Mine looks like a labyrinth of all the different paths that I could take. Because I'm so free. There is nothing holding me back. And I know if I'm determined enough, I'll be able to do it. Maybe with a bit of delusion and a bit of hard work and a bit of tears and stress. I'll be able to do what I want to do. But also while also being very, very terrified. But there is a labyrinth of paths that I could take. But also, I'm too afraid to voice any of these ideas to anyone. And the thing that I always say is, I'm not too sure, like, I'd like to be a writer maybe, I'd love to travel, which always will love to travel, But in terms of like career wise, I'm not too sure. Like I'd like to be a writer, like a technical writer maybe, but who knows, maybe I won't enjoy it. But I always kind of like, it's like I've gotta put a preface on it, like a content warning when I say it of, oh, I might fail, because I have all these ideas, but I'm just like, when people ask what's next, that horrible 2 words, but I am too afraid to say any of the ideas because of the failure, because of graduating, and everyone likes to show, because graduating's hard, so everyone likes to show off that they've graduated, even myself, because I thought I'd never be able to in such a hard degree. Well, I found it hard anyway. And I would hate to look back on it and be like, oh yeah, I told this person I was going to do this, but I never succeeded in it. But also, I bet looking back on it in like 3 years, I'd be like, I don't even remember saying that, like who cares? But it's just scary, like if you're going to pursue something that's a bit unorthodox, or like everyone just expects you to be like, because everyone's like, oh wow, amazing, life starts now, like it's so exciting, real life starts. But what does that mean? Like to me, real life starts now, all that means is you're not creating anymore, you're not learning anymore, you're just expected to get an office job and work Monday to Friday for the rest of your life until you retire or die first. Like but that's not what I want. I think that no one wants that. They just accept it. And I don't want that. There's nothing in my soul that wants that. And it just feels like I'm navigating this massive, huge, like, house or labyrinth in the pitch black. And I'm afraid for the same reason that other people are afraid of the dark. Because it's the unknown. You don't know what's in the dark. And that's what I feel about my future and like what I'm gonna try and achieve now that I've graduated. But I'm sure, and that's the one thing that I always think, like I am positive that everyone feels this way when they've graduated. Like even if they've got like a set in stone plan, even if they've already got a job already, like I'm sure they still feel a bit unsure and a bit afraid. Like I've got the luxury that I'm 26, so I have experience behind me of what I like and what I don't like. But I can't imagine how people must feel who are like in their early 20s and started uni when they were 18. My heart really goes out for them because it's so scary, and like you're supposed to feel so proud of yourself and like so happy, but I just see it as like real life starts now. But I suppose that's the beauty of it. Like, if anyone told my first year of uni self what would happen, like I went to Japan and I went to Paris and I met lovely people and I passed every single exam and assignment, I think, and I was in an acting play which took a lot of I have social anxiety, so that took a lot out of me. But there are things that happened in my life that if someone told me that was going to happen, I might have given up. And then there's other things that happened in my life that I would have said, what? That's going to happen to me? I'm going to do that? That's me? Like, I get to do that? Like, how privileged am I? It's such a weird like contrast of things that have happened to me or things that I've done or got to experience. But I suppose the beauty of not knowing is it's exciting if you can look at it the right way. Like for me, the fear trumps the excitement at the moment, but there is a lot of beauty in not knowing. And I know that I've said a lot that it feels like navigating this huge maze of a house in pitch black darkness, but also that's the beauty of it as well, because you might stumble upon a room that was not in your plan in any way, shape or form, and it is the most beautiful room you've ever seen in your life. And if you had a map to navigate this huge massive maze of a house, you would have never stepped foot in that room if you had a map. But because you're navigating this place in the darkness, you'll come across things that you would have never, ever explored by yourself. And I just wanted to record this because I wish that I could have saw a video along the lines of this in my YouTube recommended. That the person is saying, graduating, I'm supposed to feel happy and proud and start my career. And it kind of makes me laugh because you dedicate your life to something for 3 years, and the first thing people have said is, what's next? What's your plans next? Like, obviously they say congratulations, and I've had so many lovely messages of people, but like the next thing they always say is like, oh, what's next? What do you plan next? And it's crazy because it's like, oh my gosh, I haven't like come to the surface to breathe yet, let alone swim another marathon. And I suppose I try my best to answer that question of, maybe I'll work part-time, or maybe I'll try writing, or maybe I'll try something creative like filmmaking or something. But I always stop myself because, once again, I don't want them to know that I'm pursuing something that I might fail in. I don't want them to know that I'm actively failing. But I suppose if I'm actively failing, at least I'm trying. Like, at least I'm trying to do something. And I suppose that's what I've been trying to do lately, is no matter how uncomfortable I feel and my brain is telling me over and over the entire day when I upload something, just delete it, it's cringy, just delete it. It's just sit with the uncomfortableness. And once again, the beauty of exploring this house in the pitch black is there is so many avenues that I can explore, that you can explore. But I wanted to just say this. Plans after graduating? My honest idea that I would say with 100% honesty to anyone who asked, if I wasn't worried about how I looked or making it seem like I've got absolutely no ambition. But my honest answer would be, I have absolutely no idea, and I am absolutely terrified and absolutely filled with dread, but I know there's a tiny glimmer in me, tiny, just one brain cell, that knows in my heart of hearts that it'll work out, because it has for 3 years. Stuff that I thought that I'd never get through has worked out somehow. And that's all I want to say. And also I would actually say I 100% want to travel more. Well, not even more, just the same amount that I have been doing, which is like once a month. And I have the luxury of, like, there is nothing holding me down now that I've graduated uni, because I don't have a job yet or whatever. And even when I do get a job, I hope that I can get one that's remote. But as long as I see my friends as often as I can, and as long as my sister can come with me, I can go wherever I want. I can do whatever I want. And there is, like, and that's terrifying, like, to not have any stability, I guess. But also, not having any stability means freedom. It's all how you look at things. So I'm just gonna leave you with this little sentiment of, it's okay to not know and to be absolutely terrified, but the way you find out is to explore, and that's how you know. You just gotta read the chapter first to see what the book's gonna be about. But I suppose I just wanted to record this because everyone sees the glitz and the glamour of a graduation day, but no one sees the aftermath, the panic and the worry and the overthinking of the real life aspect of it all. What's next? I don't know, but I'm gonna find out. And I guess that's all I have to say for today. A bit more serious than last time. I'll see you in the next episode. I hope you have a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, or night. See you in the next one. Goodbye.